Okay, old axle's out. It sets on top of the spring right there instead of underneath. Now, with that being said, the axle that I bought, the axle mount tabs weren't on it, so I had to make sure that they're welded on the correct way, which I did, and I made sure my measurements are the same, because from the center of the spring to the center of the spring is different on each trailer because of the width of the frame. It's pretty simple to do. You just need a square and a level area to tack weld the mounts on, and then you roll the axle over and you finish welding them on. Now, as you can see, the new axle over there has got a little bit of an arch in it. That arch points towards the sky. The reason that arch is there is so when a load's on it, the axle goes from being arched like that to being more flat, and that'll give you more even tire wear when that axle is loaded down. If you can have a flat mount axle, but this trailer requires this style, and this is a big Tex trailer. Now, because of the way the bearings failed, I had to beat on the end of the axle to get what was left of the bearing off of the end, because otherwise the big bearing wouldn't fit through the center of the brake drum. So by beating on it, I got it all off, and you can see how damaged it is. You know, I don't know how this guy didn't catch it. This was sheer stupidity on my driver's part, because it should have never got to the point where it ate all the way through the nut. And I've had several axles that have done this, and some of the times it's not the driver's fault, but some of the times it is. This trailer, I know it was the driver's fault, because I just rebuilt it 3 weeks prior and everything was good on it. But this area right here should be completely round, but it's tapered off sideways. You know, that's how long he drove on it and how hot he got it by the blue marks on it. And this was what I was talking about. Drum off, you've only got the little inch lip to come out, and it makes it real easy pulling it. Now when you put the new axle back in, this one didn't have a cap on it, and since I had to travel so far, I put a cap on it. I usually don't worry about the caps if it's two guys putting it in, but if it's just one guy, I like a protective cap on it. This is just a parts bag with some foam in it, and it's electrical taped on. That way I don't have to worry about damaging where the bearings ride when I shove it through and kind of bang it around a little bit. The other side has the black manufacturers on it, which I just took electrical tape and taped around it to hold it on for my travels. I'm going to slide this in, and then I'll take all that off once I'm done mounting the axle itself. I'll take it off before I mount the brake backing plate assemblies, because they might be in the way of that. And then I'll show you how to go about adjusting the brakes and how to make sure they're tight.